In today's video, we have some exciting updates about Brazilian football that are going to be really interesting for you, especially for fans of the Seleção and those who admire Carlo Ancelotti's coaching charisma. These are must-follow stories, because the upcoming World Cup qualifiers for Brazil have already started creating plenty of drama. Squad announcements, injuries, replacement speculations. It's all unfolding like a movie with twists and turns. The biggest question was, who would Ancelotti call up to replace the two injured stars? And his answer has already sparked huge debate among fans. So make sure to watch until the very end of this video, because we're not just covering the news. We'll also dive into the background, the players' profiles, and analyze Ancelotti's decisions. Shock after the squad announcement. Carlo Ancelotti, who has been in charge of Brazil's national team since last year, recently announced his squad for the World Cup qualifiers. But right after the announcement, disaster struck. Within just a few days, Newcastle United's midfielder Joelinton and Juventus-experienced left-back Alex Sandro both dropped out due to injuries. These injuries were no small matter. Joelinton has been in terrific form for Newcastle lately. His physical style, ball retention, and ability to transition from defense to attack could have been a major asset in Brazil's midfield. On the other hand, Alex Sandro has been a familiar face in Brazil's defense for years. His experience in big tournaments has always been valuable for the Seleção. So the question arose, who would Ancelotti pick to replace them? Fans speculate. As soon as the squad changes were needed, both Brazilian media and fans began buzzing with discussions. Especially regarding Joelinton's replacement, there was huge excitement. Many expected a Europe-based midfielder to be called up, while others thought this could be a chance for a young rising star. For Alex Sandro's spot, a lot of people assumed Atletico Madrid's Samuel Lino would get the nod. Lino has been performing consistently for his club, so many fans believed Ancelotti would fill Sandro's void with him. But Ancelotti had other ideas. Ancelotti's decision, surprising and mysterious. Let's start with Joelinton's replacement. Ancelotti went with a completely unexpected name, Jean Lucas. Yes, you heard that right. Instead of a European-based star, he picked Bahia's midfielder Jean Lucas. Though Lucas has European experience with Monaco, Lyon, and also played for Flamengo in Brazil, right now he's shining for Bahia with strong performances. This move reflects Ancelotti's unique style. He doesn't just focus on established stars, but also gives opportunities to promising players, making him stand out as a coach. As for Alex Sandro's replacement, Ancelotti surprised even more. Fans thought Samuel Lino was the obvious choice, but Ancelotti announced he wouldn't call anyone at all. That means Brazil will play the qualifiers with one player less in the squad. This left fans both shocked and confused. Why'd he do that? Why not add another left back? Only Ancelotti knows the answer. But one thing is clear, his planning is very calculated. Ancelotti's philosophy. Carlo Ancelotti has always been different. He doesn't make decisions just based on big names. What matters to him is tactical balance and team fit. By calling up Jean Lucas, he might be testing how ready domestic Brazilian league players are for international football. And by not replacing Sandro, perhaps he already has an alternative plan, like using a center back in the left back role or adjusting the formation. Fans' reactions. Brazilian media showed mixed reactions to this news. Some praised Ancelotti's boldness and confidence, while others worried that not replacing Sandro could backfire. But everyone agrees on one thing. Jean Lucas getting this call-up is a huge milestone in his career. This is one of the biggest opportunities of his life. If he can prove himself, his future with the national team could be very bright. What's next? Brazil will play 2 crucial World Cup qualifiers next month. Every match in South American qualifiers is tough. Dropping points against teams like Argentina, Uruguay, or Colombia can make qualifying very difficult. That's why Ancelotti's decisions are so important. The big questions are, how will Lucas adapt in midfield? And how will Brazil cope without Sandro's presence? In short, despite the injury blows, Ancelotti has stuck to his own unique style of decision-making. On one hand, he surprised fans by calling up Bahia's Jean Lucas. On the other, he chose to leave Sandro's spot unfilled. Now, the only question is, will Ancelotti's bold decisions prove successful on the pitch? What do you think, viewers? Can Jean Lucas make the most of this chance? And did Ancelotti take a risk by not replacing Sandro? Share your thoughts in the comments.